Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on After GMS. Wow, it's August 10th. It's Tuesday. Yeah. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris, and we have Ed Matthews. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you ready to sweat again? It's like we just hit copy and paste, like you said, day after day. It is August in North Carolina, but also a big sports week here in the Triad, so we were hoping for a bit of a break.
Yeah, you know, if I can just keep the rain away, I think we'll be doing good, but not able to keep the heat and humidity away at all. We're starting out a little with a little extra cloud cover as we take a live look over downtown Greensboro. We're looking into the northern sky, some mid and high level clouds. These are not the type of clouds that would produce any rain, and these will partially mix out, and I think overall kind of a mix of sun and clouds across the area today. Temperatures this morning, 74, the temperature out at PTI. Note that dew point. You know, the dew points over the weekend were in the low 60s, and it felt really pretty good across the area. But yeah, they're back into the upper 60s and lower 70s across the area now. So there's a lot of water vapor in the air, and that will translate into a few pop-up storms later this afternoon. We're at 74 in Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and in Burlington. Asheboro is at 76, 73 over at Lexington, 72 at Reedsville, Danville at 72, 71 at Martinsville. We head out over the beautiful mountains and foothills. Wilkesboro is at 68, Galax 65, and it's 66 degrees over at Boone. Yeah, copy and paste. That's what I do. It's what we've done on this 7-day for sure. Sun and clouds each day through Friday. 40% chance of a few scattered storms in the afternoon. And each day temperatures up around 90. Could see some low 90s in the usually hotter spots. And even a slightly better storm chance over the weekend. Not ready to call the weekend a washout. I don't think that's going to be the case. These will be the afternoon and evening variety storms scattered about. If you've got outdoor plans Saturday or Sunday or both days, just keep in mind that those plans could be interrupted by a passing shower. With the extra clouds, we'll drop it back to, wow, 89 there on Saturday and 86 on Sunday.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into our first conversation we already have going online and chatting with some of you about that already. We're talking about mail. See, the U.S. Postal Service is planning to slow down first-class mail delivery service this fall as a way to cut costs. So, of course, we started thinking, how do you send your mail?
Do you send items like letters, packages, maybe bills in the mail, or do you try to do a lot of it online? We heard from some viewers earlier this morning. They texted in. One wrote saying, I mailed a check to the IRS on July 21st and they still have not received it. Uh-oh. Another viewer said, faithfully mailed all my bills. Stopped about a year ago due to late deliveries and late fees. And Hope said, I mailed 2 to 3 bills, usually get there in a few days. Also have been pen paling more than 20 years. Mail about 15 letters a week all across the U.S. They also get there in 2 to 4 days. By the way, she says she's in Alamance County in case this is geographical by any means.
I also asked you about it on my Facebook page. Rhodes said, my bills are paid electronically. I still send cards and packages by mail, just have to send them very early so they arrive on the specific date. Robin says, online everything. I can't remember the last time I mailed anything. And we heard from Tacita Chimes who said, everything. I don't like using online. I guess I'm old school. And Tacita's actually, her last name is Hester. So when I'm not talking about old school and Ed Matthews, not correlating the two.
Yeah.
Never.
I'm not doing that. But I'm guessing, Ed Matthews, you probably do the similar, you know, use mail most times.
Yeah, and I don't even use that very much, but you know, paying bills electronically. Truist, I want to thank you folks for all that great online stuff that you have. You know, just go on and pay the bill. Now, there are some bills that I can't pay online and I have to mail them. But, you know, email, if you want to say hello to somebody or you want to write them a letter, you can just type it out on your computer. I like that idea as well. In terms of sending packages, I don't have relatives that live a great distance away. They all live right here, fairly local and fairly close by. So I can't remember the last time that I mailed a package. So overall, I just don't use the mail, at least sending letters out. Now, letters coming in to me, that's a different story.
Oh, yeah?
Every time I open my mailbox, somehow the bills have managed to find it in my box. No late bills or anything like that, but don't use it a whole lot. I like to jump online, get the bills paid that way.
That's so funny. I mean, I even think of, back in the day when we would get mail from fans or people who maybe didn't like something about the newscast, and we would open the mail and we would read letters that were handwritten, and now we get emails or Facebook messages, so we don't really get a lot of mail anymore. At least I haven't gotten a lot. So I think that's just a kind of change in the times, perhaps. It doesn't always have to be about a bill. Can be about a complaint.
Yeah.
Keep those away.
Right. Yeah, no, the bills always find their way to the mailbox, right? Even though the letters can sometimes get lost. I have noticed it does take a long time to send mail. I have a lot of family and friends who live in the Midwest. I hosted a baby shower for my cousin earlier this summer, and we sent those invitations well in advance, and I'm glad we did, because some of them took several weeks to get to their destination. And it's just odd because, people who live in close proximity to each other, someone will get the letter and then another person won't get it for another couple of weeks. So it depends, I guess, on the postal route, how that mail is filtered. It doesn't seem to make sense sometimes how it all works. But the slow mail coupled with the postage pricing does make sending real mail a deterrent. That's why we pay almost all of our bills now online. Besides the one bill we did not pay the other day online, we paid it by mail a month in advance and ran into some issues with that. So because of the mail, I do think, though, there are things that online email type services cannot replicate, and that is the value of a handwritten card, a handwritten thank you note, just a thinking about you letter. I mean, those types of things you just can't duplicate in any other fashion besides to send a real handwritten piece of mail. And so I hope that continues, but obviously all of these factors are deterrents.
Yeah, and so we don't want to necessarily bash the Postal Service or anything like that. We know that they are experiencing delays just like every other industry right now during the pandemic. But we are asking about specifically if you mail your things or if you do them online. And so we're getting a variety of responses. So let me go ahead and read some of those. Robin says, I do all my bills by phone or the internet mail out birthday cards. And then we heard from, let's see, April, who said mail. I make things for a nonprofit for CRPS warriors and mail them out. Amber said, I rarely mail my bills anymore. I still have one I have to mail. And Chuck Wilson said, I use them all here in Asheboro, but if I can't find what I want, I go online. And then we heard from Amber and Kaya, who said online both. And then Joanne said, I send a lot of cards, birthday, get well, and any occasion since 4 of my 6 children are out of town. So lots of people going online. I obviously prefer to do things online. I just feel like it's faster, and then you usually get a receipt that says it's there. I sent a gift card to a friend for a birthday via email recently, and I even got a notification when they opened it and used it. So I was like, whoa. Talk about tracking. This is great.
Yeah, those mail delivery type receipts are really cool too, knowing what's going to come to your mail. If you sign up for those services, you'll get an emailed picture of what is coming, and then if something's missing, if it's set to arrive that day. I've asked my postal carrier about something before that's not in there. That was on the mail receipt. So that's also helpful as it leads to accountability. But as Tracy said, nobody's trying to bash the Postal Service. The Postal Service has said, though, that it is trying to take some cost-cutting measures to account for a huge deficit, and so mail will take longer, and so be mindful of that if you need something to get somewhere in a time-sensitive manner. And we're hearing this from everyone who's on our site right now, just kind of talking about how they prefer to get things to the people that they need them to get to.
Yeah, and I want to jump in, and I was just thinking about this, and we can do this as a question on another day. But I am wondering how many of our audience viewers would be willing to pay more to ship something via mail, or an increase you know, in the cost of stamps to make the mail a little bit faster. They say that they're slowing things down as we go through the latter part of the year as a cost-cutting measure. Would people be willing to pay more to better ensure, if you will, that their package gets to its destination on time? Because we all want them to get there as quickly as possible.
That is a good question. I mean, I, for one, would be willing to. There's some things that I have made for, you know, people that I like to ship. But for my own packages, you know, I like buying things online because I know that I'm going to get free shipping with it. But if I've made something by hand, I really want it to get to that person, I will, you know, spend a lot of money because I want to make sure it gets there. But at the same time, it's not a problem because I'm not doing it all the time. It's like a once in a while type thing. So if I have to spend $12 on shipping one time every 6 months or 12 months, you know, I'm okay with that.
This is a great conversation.
That's a great question, though.
Yeah.
Felt like I needed to answer it right away.
Yes, you can continue weighing in. We'll also have another talker coming up momentarily, but we do have some morning headlines to get to on this Tuesday. Another Triad school district makes a decision about masks as students get ready to return to their classrooms. The Rockingham County School Board voted last night to make masks optional for students and staff. It was a unanimous vote after parents both for and against a mask requirement spoke up during the public comment. Well, the first day for school for Rockingham County students is just under 2 weeks away. Guilford County says it will hold off on re-implementing a countywide mask mandate for now. Leaders met at an emergency management meeting yesterday to discuss what, if anything, needed to be done on a county level to address the Delta variant and rising cases. Bringing back a county mask mandate also was a discussion, but so far no action taken. County and health leaders say they will keep reviewing the virus data in the meantime.
Well, one thing leaders did agree on is the impact of new COVID-19 cases on Cone Health hospitals. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn said hospital officials say they're not equipped to reopen a dedicated COVID ward. So that means people could be facing 18-hour wait times if this surge in COVID patients continues. Tonight, Greensboro City Council members will meet virtually. The council meetings return to virtual formats during this rise of COVID-19 case numbers. It had only been a few weeks since the meetings partially reopened to the public before going back online. Tonight's meeting will be conducted via Zoom.
Now to our next talker, perfect for a hot summer night. Cooking out. It is National S'mores Day.
So this morning we want to know, do you like to burn your marshmallows? You know, get them that campfire smoke and grill to them, or warm them up so they're nice and gooey. I don't like s'mores. I'm not a marshmallow fan.
Okay.
So you won't see me burning them, melting them, anything them. Eating them because I just don't like them. But I'm curious to know, you know, what your thoughts are and see the responses online. You know, do you like marshmallows? And if you do, how do you like them prepared?
Okay, if I don't care much for marshmallows either, but if I'm gonna have a s'more, and it's been forever, maybe since like the Girl Scout brownie days that I've had a s'more by the campfire, I like it burnt. Burnt to the point where it is so hot it is melting the chocolate onto the graham cracker, and that gooey combination is so, so good.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah.
You paint a great picture.
Maybe just try it like that next time.
Seriously. All right, Ed Matthews, how about you?
I'm not a big fan of marshmallows. I don't remember it specifically, but I know that when I was a little kid, I ate a ton of marshmallows and they didn't agree with my tummy. And so they've been on my bad list ever since. I can eat things with marshmallows in it if it's mixed with something like chocolate or something else like that. But if I did, I guess roast marshmallows out by the campfire, gooey. I don't want them burned. Just gooey.
Yeah, I remember, in the Girl Scouts, we would go camping and, all the scouts would gather around the campfire and all the girls would want to see, who could, get their marshmallow to have like the biggest flame, and I just sat there like, are we going inside to the anytime? I just was never really into that part of Girl Scouts, but I just asked, do you like marshmallows? And if you do, how do you like them? So I'm starting to see some responses here. Someone says, a Cowboys fan in Boston, LaMonica said, I only like marshmallows in my hot chocolate. Jessica Rule, who's one of our great directors here, said, put the chocolate inside the marshmallow and then roast it. Megan, does that sound delicious?
It does indeed.
Good idea. Ramona doesn't like marshmallows either. Robin doesn't care for s'mores. Sandra is with you, Megan. She says she likes them burnt and the melting chocolate. So you're on to something.
Okay.
Dana's allergic, so no marshmallows for you, Dana.
That's an interesting thing to be allergic to.
I'd rather be allergic to marshmallows than eggs, milk,
Yes,
or
indeed.
peanuts. So
Indeed.
marshmallows it is.
Yes. Oh man, that's so funny. Okay, well this is a fun conversation now that we are all good and hungry. Ed, it is a good night possibly for a campfire where you roast s'mores, or wait, are we gonna have to dodge some showers at any point?
Yeah, we'll have to dodge a few, but a lot of us won't see any rain at all. They'll be very scattered and not a big chance over the next few afternoons. 40% chance of a few pop-up storms later in the afternoon and early evening for today, tomorrow, and right on into Thursday and Friday. Remember, we cut and paste this because it just makes my job so much easier when I cut and paste. We're looking at temperatures up around 90 each day, maybe some low 90s around. Weekend, not ready to call it a washout. I don't think that's going to be the case, but a little frontal boundary moves in from the northwest. Little better 50% afternoon storm chance on Saturday and Sunday. Some extra clouds, so we'll trim a few degrees off. We're looking at 89 for the high on Saturday and 86 on Sunday, but the humidity is not going to go anywhere. It's going to remain rather muggy throughout.
Love him. Love muggy days. No. Said no one ever. You know, yesterday, Ed, you were handing out humidity to anybody who wanted it.
Yeah,
And I got
free of
plenty.
charge. Yeah,
I
just handing
returned
it
it.
out. Here, have some humidity.
Yeah.
Have some heat. Have some humidity. And everybody was frowning. No.
Yeah. Well, you gave me too much, or maybe I took too much because I've had to curl my hair 5 times
Oh, Lord. Ladies,
already, the humidity. So.
Ladies having trouble with the hairdo.
How does yours look so good?
Because I don't have much.
You have a good amount.
I don't know, but I totally understand. Mine gets a little longer. I kind of get the frizzies, but when I head out later on this week, I am going to get a nice haircut. I keep it real short because I don't like those frizzies,
The frizzies and the humidity.
Oh yeah.
Enemies of the state. All right, thanks so much for joining us for our great conversations this morning on After GMS. We'll have some more great times tomorrow, right here on the WFMY Facebook page and, of course, on the Good Morning Show.
All right, get out there and get to it. Make it a wonderful Tuesday.